Over 100,000 Rivers people from the 23 local government areas of the state on Monday formally declared their endorsement of PDP presidential candidate, former Vice President Atiku Abubakar, to lead Nigeria out of the woods. The Rivers people, who took over the Adoke Amaechi Stadium in Port Harcourt and its environs displayed several PDP campaign promotional materials, sang pro-Atiku and pro-Wike songs to emphasize their preference. Rivers State Governor Nyesom Wike assured that Rivers people will vote for Atiku Abubakar. He said Rivers people believe in the capacity of Atiku Abubakar to develop the country.
There are two things, right? The problem we have is darkness and light. Don't be so?
So.
Darkness and what?
Light.
APC is what? Darkness. APC is what?
Darkness.
PDP is what?
Light.
PDP is what?
Light.
Do you want to go to darkness?
No.
Do you want to go to darkness?
No.
Do you want to go to light?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Fine. The war between dictatorship and freedom. Do you want to go to dictatorship?
No.
Governor Wike said that PDP represents the light the country is craving for, while APC is neck deep in darkness.
You want to go for freedom?
Yes.
Dictatorship is APC. Dictatorship is what?
APC.
Freedom is what?
PDP.
Freedom is what?
PDP.
Are you articulated?
Yes,
Are you articulated?
Yes, sir.
Articulated. Raise up your hand, let us see.
No, sir. No, sir. No, sir. No, sir.
I thank you.
No,
I
sir.
thank you. And God bless you. Thank you. Thank you, Your Excellency.
Former Rivers State Governor Celestine Omeha said the choice of Atiku Abubakar as PDP presidential candidate is divine. He said God has chosen Atiku Abubakar to solve the problems of Nigeria.
Your choice as the presidential candidate for PDP is divine. It's divine because Nigeria is in a crisis situation. Nigeria is facing poverty. Nigeria is facing hunger. Nigeria is facing unemployment. Nigeria is facing everything evil.
Chairman Bro Felix Obua said that Rivers people will vote 100% for Atiku Abubakar. He said that the rally is a rehearsal for the victory of the party after the election of Atiku Abubakar as the president of the country.
This is PDP presidential rally, Rivers State chapter. People were asking me, is this zonal rally? I said no, this is just Rivers State. We are not here today to campaign. We are here today to rehearse what we are going to do come May 29th, when our incoming president will be sworn in as the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
PDP presidential candidate and former Vice President Atiku Abubakar in his address assured that his incoming administration will address the infrastructural needs of Rivers State and the South-South.
If you elect PDP, which I'm sure you are going to elect, and if you elect Atiku, first of all, you know that I am the author of restructuring. I will give it to Niger Delta, I will give it to all parts of this country. We must restructure.
He announced that the ports in Rivers State will be revived for the purpose of job creation, economic growth, and the massive development of the state.
See ports that don't work, don't create jobs. You see the old Port Harcourt port, you see the One port. We will complete them so that we can create thousands of jobs for young men and women in Rivers State.
The PDP presidential candidate noted that the incoming administration will complete the east-west route started by the Obasanjo-Atiku administration but abandoned by the failed APC federal government.
You've seen that APC has not done anything for you. They have not done anything for Niger Delta. They have not done anything for South-South. Every development that you have got
in South, Niger Delta or River State is PDP.
Atiku Abubakar vowed to protect the constitution, saying that he will uphold the rule of law, separation of powers, and checks and balances.
I assure you that you see me so, I will protect the constitution. You know, say nobody go court reach me in Nigeria to protect our constitution. As you see me so, I will protect separation of powers. I will not interfere with the National Assembly because I believe in checks and balances. As you see me so, I will not interfere with the judiciary because it is part and parcel of our checks and balances. As you see me so, I will uphold the rule of law. I will not allow rule of law to be trampled by anybody.
Atiku Abubakar described Governor Wike as a true leader and devoted politician who has transformed Rivers State and defended the survival of the PDP. He condemned President Muhammadu Buhari for preaching violence in Zamfara State.
Buhari, I'm addressing you. This is a president who is preaching violence, and this is not the first time he has done so in this country. We are not going to allow any person to knock our heads and make us fight. We want peace, we want development, we want prosperity, we want jobs. That is what we want for this country. So Buhari what? Buhari must go. Buhari must go. Buhari must go.
Former President Goodluck Jonathan declared that Nigerians are working for the election of Atiku Abubakar because he has the capacity to lead the country out of its stagnation.
And in 2015, I did mention that the choice before Nigerians is either to move forward or to move backward. And within these past almost 4 years, you can attest to yourself, are we going forward, or we are going backward, or we are static? All the indices of development, be it unemployment, be it poverty, be it health status, happiness, everything that is measured, none of them that we have made any progress. And I believe that you all know that we cannot, as a nation, continue to stay where we are. And we believe very sincerely that the only person among all those who are interested now that can lead us and get us out of this quagmire that we are is Alhaji Atiku Abubakar.
Jonathan said that Atiku will move Nigeria forward and will not discriminate against any section of the country. He said that Atiku will treat all geopolitical zones fairly.
Abubakar will lead Nigeria forward. Abubakar will not discriminate against you. Abubakar will not have a ratio of 75% and 5%. Every part of this country will be treated equally. So if your son or daughter qualified to be an IG, you will be appointed. If your son or daughter qualified to be appointed as the Chief of Army Staff, he will be appointed. You will not be discriminated against. And that is the person that we are all supporting.
PDP vice presidential candidate and former Anambra State Governor, Mr. Peter Obi, said only Atiku Abubakar can restore the Niger Delta because he believes in restructuring. He noted that Atiku Abubakar will create jobs and make the country to start working again.
The only person that can show and restore River State, the Niger Delta, to what it's supposed to be is Alhaji Atiku Abubakar, because he believes in restructuring. If he restructures Nigeria, the Niger Delta will be different, River State will be different. Atiku will create jobs. Atiku will make the country to start working again.
Said President Bukola Saraki declared that Atiku Abubakar will develop Nigeria and drive away poverty. He urged Nigerians to defend their votes.
For this beautiful outing, we now wait for Saturday for you to show Nigerians that wherever Wike and Rivers go, Nigeria will go. Wherever you are, that is where victory is. On Saturday, for you to come out en masse and give us the million of votes that will take our president direct to Aso Villa.
PDP National Chairman Prisuche Secondus said despite the desperation of the APC, Buhari is heading to a woeful defeat because of his failure in governance.
Buhari has no other choice. He is leaving the villa on the 29th of May. And they are so confused because he is not aware of anything that is going on. He is not aware that he is losing election. He is not aware that there are insecurity in our country. He is not aware that the hunger on the land is too much.
He, however, stated that Rivers State Governor Nyesom Wike, on the strength of his performance, will be re-elected for a second term.
APC is going away. Atiku is winning. Atiku is winning. Atiku is Wike is winning. Wike is winning.
Wife of the presidential candidate Jennifer Atiku said Rivers people are fully articulated and will come out to vote Atiku Abubakar.
Hard work for Atiku Abubakar and his running mates. Please come February 16. Come out and vote PDP all the way. Don't let them discourage you from voting. Don't let them take away your vote. Vote and protect your vote.
Sokoto State Governor Aminu Tambawal said that the Northwest Zone has resolved to vote out failed President Muhammadu Buhari because he promotes prison yard democracy and retrogression.
Appeal to you to be very, very vigilant because they are planning to rig the elections. Resist rigging, stand by your vote. Your votes must count. We must send away prison yard democracy.
High point of the occasion was the formal withdrawal from the governorship race by 57 governorship candidates who endorsed the re-election of Governor Wike. Spokesman of the governorship candidates, Pastor Samuel Ihimo, said that their decision was premised on the outstanding performance of Governor Wike.
As a formal president has said that his ambition does not want the blood of any individual. That is why we have decided and agreed today that we shall withdraw from the race for the peace and unity of Rivers State.
Rivers State Governor Nyesom Wike received the governorship flag with the declaration that he will lead PDP to victory in the state.
No matter what is happening, no matter what they are doing, no matter what they plan, no matter their conspiracy and their strategies, he is one man that will win election any day, anytime, 24 hours of the day. I hand over the flag of victory.
Your name is Yahweh. Your name is Yahweh. You are the miracle worker. Your name is Yahweh.
Ex-musicians Davido and Duncan Mighty thrilled the crowd with their songs. A shot of victory, Atiku Abubakar, Nyesom Wike and others danced in celebration.